Hey guys, welcome back. Um, we're still on what's next in love, and my body feels okay today, but I'm feeling a little bit lackluster. So I'm gonna use my Slay Bitch Slay oil, which is basically like gives me my queen energy. I think it's hormones, honestly. It's getting there. Oh yeah. Ooh. Um, but yeah, so we as women have to continue. Does it smell like lavender? No. I can't call out the smell. I can't remember. Okay. Anyway, Virgos. Virgos, what's next? Or, yeah, what's next in love? Or, I guess, who's next in love? What's next in love? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, let's get started. Let's see. Virgos. Let's cut the deck. Virgos. What's next in love? I can't close my window all the way. I need one of my smaller children to come in and reach it. And so if it looks really bright on that end, actually, my daughter just came in. Can you close that window? The curtain? Because I'm recording and there's a bright light. Don't go into the light, Caroline. No, it's not Coraline. It's Caroline. Isn't it? From the movie? What movie is it? Poltergeist. Is it Caroline? Is it Caroline? The little girl? Alright, anyway, Virgos. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm gonna keep on pulling actually. Ooh. Anyway. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody who is emotionally volatile. Somebody that can't control their emotions. They act without thinking. They're very what's the word I'm looking for? They act without, they jump, they leap. They don't care about the consequences. They don't think about the consequences. And even if they do, they don't care. They don't care about the consequences. So there we go. That's much better. That looks really dark, but I don't care. I like it like this. Let's see. The Three of Pentacles. This is somebody that you could possibly work with. Somebody that you met at work. That you guys work together. This is somebody that needs constant attention. It feels like they need to be babied. Like they need to be like there needs to be constant telling them and giving them why are my words escaping me today? Basically babying them. Like there's a need to constantly telling them I can't think of the word. I'm sorry. Basically babying them. Somebody that you need to constantly reassure. That's not the word I was thinking of, by the way. Reassure that they're this, they're that, they're because they don't believe in that. They don't believe that in themselves. They don't see that in themselves. And I feel like, unfortunately, for some of you guys, Virgos, I feel like they don't actually have that in them. With the Four of Swords, It's almost like this person feels like they need to be taken care of like a child. There's a man in this picture. I can't show these cards. These are the tarot sexual magic. So there's a lot of booby and a lot of ass in here. But this person, there's a woman on her knees on the ground. And I think I could take it in a different context, but it looks like he's like, you know, when a child um put something in their mouth and you're like, no, give it to me, and you're trying to like get your finger in there to pull it out, and they're kind of like running from you, or like trying to keep like you from take. That's what this looks like to me. That's what this looks like to me. It's almost like this is not a relationship. This is a parent and adult child dynamic. And then in the one before that, I guess let me see if I can cover it. But this man is carrying her, but it looks like he's carrying her again like a baby. Let's focus. Come on. Come on. I don't know if you can see that. This is somebody that I feel is very selfish. This is somebody that's very selfish, that's doesn't care about consequences of their actions. They want what they want, and they want other people to do that for them and to give that to them. With the sword, Four of Swords, this could be somebody that you've already had to heal from. I'm getting something about your teeth, though. I don't know if somebody like knocked out your teeth, or like, again, you know, with the whole pregnancy thing. I don't know if you're a masculine and you've never had children. For most everybody, every woman that I've ever spoken to, I'm sure there's women out there that never had this happen to them, but I know that I lost a tooth, or at least had to get like emergency work done, like a root canal or something, during pregnancy. um so there's something here about like pregnancy. Either they're pregnant, and maybe this is somebody that you got pregnant, maybe this is like a relationship where you're not together, but I don't know. But this is coming, what's coming up next in love. So I don't know if you're gonna come back together, or they're gonna try to get back together, and maybe this is like a baby mama, and they're like wanting to be treated like a baby. Just crazy. How's a baby having a baby? You've got the stars, which is the star. And then you got, and then we have, what is this? The Emperor in reverse. This Emperor looks exhausted, upright, nonetheless in reverse. I feel like this person sees you as their wish fulfillment, and you're exhausted. You can't take any more of this. I feel like with the Emperor in reverse, it feels like this person has sucked your soul. Um, they have brought you to the, they basically, you were, and even if you weren't fully emperor status, you were, whatever you did have has been sucked out of you, and not in a good way. I feel like the life, the happiness, the livelihood, the want, the desire, the happiness, the color has left from the trees. Everything just seems like, I don't know, you guys feel miserable, to be honest with you, Virgos, and this is really sad, because you should never get to a point. I don't care who you are. Again, I said this before in every reading. I don't care if you're my mom, you're my dad. I don't care who you are, even if they're my children. If you are not going to respect me as a person, and I'm going to be treated like shit, I mean, I'll do my motherly duties and all that, but if somebody is being like, and I'm talking about like shit, like this kind of behavior where you're so sick on the brink of like, no, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. And I'm not really sure where your self-esteem is at, unfortunately, because you're allowing this kind of behavior. Like, this should have been put a stop to a long ass fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo. I love Jack Black. If you guys have never seen that movie, get on it. It's, oh my God. I swear, once I start channeling, I forget words. It'll come to me. My brain, it's almost there. But it's with Jack Black. It's hit with the original, his band. Tenacious D. Yeah. All right. Let's start clarifying. Let's go deeper, Virgos. Let's go deeper. The next person that's coming in the... This is somebody that has humiliated you already. This is somebody that has openly dishonored you. Somebody that finds fault in everything you do. They ask you to do something, you do it, and then they say you're doing it wrong. This is somebody that enjoys having their foot on your neck. This is somebody that basically shuts you down in good ideas, and basic is because as long as they're keeping you down, they can keep you around, right? The second that you find your power and you realize that you're worth so much more and you can give so much more, these people lose their pull on you. This is crazy. Virgos, who do we have to go beat up? Because I'm down. I'm down. This is somebody that mocks you, and it feels like it's also it's messed with your money. Like your money, you don't even have. I feel like you're having even a hard time like with keeping money afloat. It seems like there's like a leak somewhere, and there is a leak. I feel like there's an energetic leak. You guys might have even had to do time because of this person, or like got you in some kind of legal trouble. You're feeling really raw right now. I don't let this person. Okay, I can't say anything. This is your guys' life. Clarifying the Three of Pentacles, we got I feel like you guys are very generous people. You guys are very noble people. You want to have a balance in your life. You want to have a calm life. Um, did you meet someone else? Did you meet someone else that made you feel like you could have this? Somebody that cares for others, somebody that could alleviate your suffering? This is somebody that's humane, somebody that's very helpful, and somebody that's very ethical. Did you guys meet somebody at work? Or you met somebody that you want to work with? That's a completely different from what you're already dealing with. I feel like this person made you go deep within yourself and honestly ask yourself why you were allowing this kind of behavior. You started to observe yourself and observe people around you, but I feel like specifically somebody that you saw that you could possibly work with, somebody that was completely the opposite of what you were dealing with. And it allowed you to self-examine and explore your unconscious mind and ask yourself why it was that you were allowing this kind of behavior. You wanted to know what drove this person to be how they were, and what drove you, and what drove this other person, the original person that's yeah, Hot Mess Express. um I feel like this put you into deep thoughts and starting to heal with the Four of Swords, right? It allowed you to heal, and it allowed you to, I feel like this is a muse. I don't feel like this is somebody that you had as a teacher or had as a, I feel like this is somebody who you studied from afar, and you were able to actually do self-reflection and go into your own void and to understand why it is that you were doing and accepting and on the path that you were on. And I just saw 444. And I feel like maybe this person is your wish fulfillment. Look, oh my gosh. Okay, chill. Within a few days. So maybe you're reaching out to this person within a few days. This person's reaching out to you in a few days. This situation or event can possibly unfold within a few days. You do have many options. It does feel like you're exhausted though. Like you're exhausted physically, you're exhausted mentally, you're exhausted spiritually. Where there's a kind of exhaustion when you're exhausted spiritually that rest can't even it can't. No matter how much you rest, um you can't seem to become unexhausted. That the way to become spiritually full again, to have your cup full, is to self love. Give to yourself, show yourself that you care for yourself, right? When we self abandon and we allow other people to take our livelihood and to take from us and to drain us, the only thing you can do is do the reverse and show you, yourself, your inner child, that you do care and that you're no longer accepting this kind of behavior, right? You have possibilities. You have possibilities to do something else. I feel like you want to go somewhere else. Maybe you're still attached to this person and you're wanting to go towards someone else that has been like a muse to you, right? But it's a need to be flexible. There's a potential here, and there could be freedom here. But with two-faced being here, this is something that you can't come in um trying to have your cake and eat it too. This is something that you're going to have to do by being open and honest with every situation that you're in, right? Transparency is the key word. It's the word of the day. Yeah, you have free will. You can choose to be with whoever you want. If this is a baby mama, then you have responsibilities with the child, right? You need to take care of that child because the child has no fault in the situation about being brought into this world. That is on you. You made that choice or you did that action, and um that is on you. That's something that you're going to have to take care of, and you have to step up on that. With the baby mama, that is not your responsibility. Whatever has to do with the child is your responsibility, right? It is your responsibility. But once you separate from someone, those responsibilities, unless you want to be kind and the person actually deserves it, you don't have to do that. And a lot of women will say no, they do. No, they don't. They absolutely don't. Their responsibility is, okay, the baby has a doctor's appointment. I don't have the money. Can you pay the copay reverse? Can you put them on your insurance? I need food for them. I need formula, diapers, clothes. All of that is your responsibility to a certain extent, right? I know not all women, but I have seen a small number of women that are like, I'm not paying shit for this baby. You have to pay all of it. Look, that took two to make a baby. Both parties have to be responsible. Also, learn where you're being used and abused, okay? Because it took two people to make that baby, right? Yeah. So you have the choice. Look, coin toss. And I am reading this like this is you guys, but this could actually be this person. This person has a decision that they need to make, um, where they're making basically a coin toss to decide on what they want to do. I don't feel like you've ever been with this person. Look, power. This giving me tower moment. It's almost like it's gonna cause, it's giving crazy baby mama. And honestly, whoever gets with this person, Virgos, or if this is you guys, it is giving that you're like worried about whoever you go with next or having other possibilities, because you have somebody over here that's trying to basically will be like a disaster. Like to your relationship. Somebody that will come in and just do the most and the worst and will ruin any kind of relationship that you have, right? And so you're afraid because you want to, one, protect the people that you actually care about. And not saying that you don't care about this person, but like at a certain point, um, if somebody's trying to cause you damage, that person doesn't give a shit about you, okay? If they're trying to hurt you, if they're trying to whatever, pick your reason, right? And when you want to, it's giving angry baby mama, angry ex-wife, and when they come in and they try to do the worst, right? So I can see why you're having a hard time. Look, warning, out of control. This person's gonna want to destroy. They want power. This is somebody that is like always in a power play with Black Widow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Black Widow. Black Widow, you have a choice, and I promise you that if you're making the right choice and you're coming in correctly, or this person comes in correctly, you both are going to be very protected, right? Because the universe don't play that shit. There's not a single person more powerful than the universe, especially some little bratty child that feels like they no longer have their play toy thing, that they weren't even treating correctly, right? Yeah, no, that shit's gonna be cut off real quick once you make the choice to disconnect from that and set up very strong boundaries. Let me know more about this person. This person is a ruler. This person is a leader. They're very responsible and they build stable systems. And that's why it feels like this person doesn't want to let them go, because they're a leader. They're a leader. This person is very, I don't know. They're probably quite handsome. They're handsome and they like to keep a clean look. But they know how to build stable systems, right? They know how whatever genre they're in, they know how to build it and they will come, basically, yeah? This could be somebody that's a Leo sun, but they could also have Leo anywhere else, or this could just be Leo energy, right? Yeah, they're very successful. They have their purpose. They're very creative and they have a lot of vitality. I feel like this person's energy feels very warm. Like when they're in a good spirits, I just saw 222. When they're in good spirits, they feel very just like the sun hitting you on your face. They're very intuitive as well. They're extremely intuitive. They're very and remember, if this sounds like you, we mirror people that we have soul connections with. So if this sounds like you, either reverse it or look at your sun, moon, or rising, or your Venus, or your North Node, right? Because we can mirror and it will sound a lot like us, even though I'm not reading you guys. I did get that for Leo, which is funny because Leo just came out in this. So maybe Leos are dealing with Virgos. I don't know. Okay, but this person is very intuitive. They have more knowledge than they lead on. They stay quiet because they know the truth about certain things. I feel like they got stuck in an addiction cycle, an addiction of, and I've been there. I've been there when I was dealing with he was a whole ass zero, and I got stuck in an addictive cycle, because that's just the way it goes when you're dealing with karmics, when you're dealing with, and it's not like you don't feel anything. You have to feel something to get pulled into that, to learn that lesson, right? I feel like this person is at the tail end of closing it off and stealing it off forever, and that lesson will never have to be learned again, right? With a trickster. Yeah, this is somebody that's very playful. They're very witty. They're mischievous, but in a way of like playing pranks on you, like jokingly and lovingly. Like this isn't somebody that's they're very witty as well. Hang on, I just got an undercurrent energy. This could be somebody new, but this could also be somebody that is coming back from your past, of course. If this is somebody that always already played you for a fool, then you already had to heal from, then you know that this is somebody that you need to move on from, okay? I do feel like there's two different energies here. One is actually a really decent one and went through what you went through, and is coming out of that. And another energy is coming through that did this to you and is coming back to try to play in your face. But I don't feel like this is just one energy. There are two energies here. This person is now experienced. They are patient. They're mature. I feel like you might have met them when you were a little bit younger, and now they've learned their lessons. And same for you. I feel like you guys have learned your lessons, and now you know. Look, this is a cardinal sign. This is somebody that's innovative. That's somebody that's a leader. They have very original ideas. And then this is somebody that's also very dreamer. They could have Pisces in their chart. They're very creative. They're very idealistic, very hopeful, and very imaginative. Okay. This could also be an Aquarius with a star here again. Yeah. This is somebody that could be very religious, but also could be um, very spiritual. Let me get a couple messages of what they would want to say if you already know them, or what they would say to you once you meet them. Yeah, let's put the past behind us. What did I say? This could be somebody that you already know. Again, I am getting two different energies here. If you know that somebody's already publicly humiliated you, no. That's a hard no in my book, but it's your guys' life. Looking at the bottom, we have, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you have many opportunities, possibilities, adjacent possibilities, different people coming in. You do not need to return to anywhere where you were disrespected in a manner of a way where you've had to heal, right? You're always in my heart. Let's keep going. I feel like the second person has taken over. I'm struggling to share my heart. I want to hear about the other person. Tell me about the other person. Tell me about the other person. I can't help but be in love with you. I miss our friendship. And I'll focus on other things right now. Yeah. Anything else? Let's see. There's so much I wish I could say, and then we're never apart. Okay. Well, you guys are going to have to use your discernment on this. I do feel like there is two people here. And I did get a clown out here, which we all know we're activating our crown chakra, not our clown chakra. So you guys use your discernment. There are many people coming in new. But I do see somebody possibly that you already know as a friend possibly coming back, and then somebody that has already done you dirty, which we all know we're not going to entertain that. All right, Virgos, I love you guys so much. I hope this helped, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.